I think that in terms of the Labour Party, what they've tried to appeal to a variety of tribal interests. But I think the point that I've made is that you cannot be the political arm of Stonewall and also the party of British Muslim traditionalists.
Well, that's quite difficult for them, except
Indeed.
you saw people in the Palestine marches, LGBT plus people for Palestine, which seemed to me very odd when Hamas is running Palestine. I mean, or running Gaza? How on earth did they manage to do that? But that coalition on the far left does seem to be there.
No, indeed. And I think that with Starmer's leadership, I think Labour is somewhat vulnerable to anti-establishment candidates who emphasise the value of local businesses, have scepticism over the Labour Party being too close to big business, adopting a staunchly pro-Palestine view when it comes to events in the Middle East. But what's really interesting is that Starmer's largely retained that trans-radicalism of the Corbyn era, which means that he's also vulnerable to anti-establishment candidates who defend biological reality in the name of traditional family values.
So in that case, he's facing a real difficulty because candidates will look at the result in Rochdale and think, well, George Galloway has achieved it by doing this, therefore I can't toe the party line. I must go in the way Galloway has gone. I must emphasise my support for the Palestinians and my opposition to what the Israeli government is doing. That makes it much harder for him to root out the appearance of anti-Semitism, regardless of the reality, and much harder for him to unite the party.
No, indeed, but I think that I'd make a distinction between fighting anti-Semitism, but also you can fight anti-Semitism but also be critical of the actions of the Israeli government.
I agree with that, but what Chris Williams said was horrible, wasn't it? In comparison with Auschwitz.
Oh, no, absolutely. Listen, I have no respect for Chris Williamson as an individual. I think that what Labour should do, have that firm message of fighting anti-Semitism, and there's no room for anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, or indeed conspiracy theories about Israel. In my view, there's plenty to criticise the Israeli government over when it comes to various forms of militaristic occupation and population displacement. I think that you can fight anti-Jewish hatred, but also express solidarity with the Palestinian people. I think that is a possible position.